back in Chicago. A happy Mother's Day from all of us here at NBC Sports as we check out the starting lineups. First for the visiting Orlando Magic, and they'll open up in the backcourt with the combination of Anthony Hardaway, who comes off a strong game on Friday night. 19 points, 8 assists. Nick Anderson, native of Chicago, came up with a 22-point performance. He has had an outstanding series. And on the front line, Shaquille O'Neal with Dennis Scott remaining in the starting lineup for Donald Royal and Horace Grant, who in his 44 minutes on Friday night had 18 points and 14 rebounds. The head man of the Orlando Magic in a second season as head coach, Brian Hill. And here are the Chicago Bulls. B.J. Armstrong and Michael Jordan in the backcourt. Phil Jackson telling us he'd like to see more aggressive play from B.J. Luke Longley at center, Scottie Pippen and Tony Kukoc on the front line. Phil also saying that he wants more from Tony Kukoc. At times he felt that Tony was not there on Friday night. And as always, we're joined on the sidelines by the Dean. Here's Ahmad Rashad.
Thanks, Marv. I spent some time with Michael Jordan this morning, and he wanted me to clear up three things. First of all, on the jersey issue, he says that he doesn't feel like he broke a rule because there is no written rule about changing the jersey number, so therefore he didn't break one. Second of all, on the much talked about bruised wrist, he did not have a bruised wrist. He said he jammed 2 fingers of his right hand, and it did not affect his shooting or his ball handling ability. Now, thirdly, the problem with the shoes, he has not been wearing the right shoes, but today he will sport a brand new pair of shoes. They are black patent leather. They are very stylish. The only one thing is they are a little bit out of style because on the back of them they have number 45. So if he's not wearing his old shoes, I guess there's nothing else that I could do but take his old shoes home. Marv?
Yes. About sporting the Cotton Club look there. As Michael Jordan and the Bulls control the opening tip. Luke Longley. And rebounded by Jordan. The officials, Joe Crawford, Joe Forte, and Ed Middleton.
Right away, the Bulls going to someone other than Scottie Pippen or Michael Jordan for a shot opportunity, looking inside to Longley, maybe hoping to get an early foul on Shaquille O'Neal.
Here is Hardaway. Well, Penny Hardaway giving the Magic a 2-0 lead.
The Bulls came out with a much quicker pace than they really wanted in Game 3, even though they played well, shot well, and got off to a good start. They want to slow the tempo down.
Armstrong played by Hardaway. Now picked up on a switch by Grant. Kukoc with the step. Tony Kukoc in his 40 minutes Friday night, only 3 for 10. 8 points, but had 7 assists and 6 rebounds. But as I mentioned a moment ago, Phil Jackson wants more from Kukoc. Shaquille O'Neal making it look very easy with the spin at Luke Longley.
Well, Phil Jackson telling me before the game he felt that Luke Longley can play Shaquille straight up. He obviously couldn't on that opportunity.
Orlando with a 4-2 lead. And Scott able to clear it. Nick Anderson given the room. Nick Anderson, who attended Simeon Vocational High School on the south side here in Chicago and played collegiately at Illinois, continues his outstanding shooting. The Magic 6 and the Bulls 2. Kukoc with the hip fake. And by O'Neal.
And Tony Kukoc is an effective low post player. The 2 sequences ago, he had Penny Hardaway inside. Penny gambled on the play. This time, the smaller Dennis Scott guarding the 6'11" Tony Kukoc, trying to take advantage of it.
Armstrong. B.J. Armstrong shot well in Game 3 on Friday. 5 out of 10, 14 points. But Phil Jackson still not satisfied with his play.
Well, until that game, just not getting many opportunities, not very active. He needs some time to get that shot off.
And Hardaway draws the foul.
But these are the kinds of ways that a spot-up shooter like B.J. Armstrong can get into rhythm. Dribble penetration and the kick out. And Tony Kukoc did an excellent job in there of drawing the defense into the middle and finding B.J. Armstrong, who, as I mentioned, needs a little bit extra time to reload. John Paxson has a much used to have a much quicker release, and Steve Kerr has a much quicker trigger.
And there is John Paxson handling the color commentary for Chicago Bulls radio. The Magic 7 and the Bulls 4. We're just underway here in Chicago. Game 5 will be back in Orlando on Tuesday night. Game number 3, not the kind of tempo that the Bulls were looking for. Longley. It's an offensive foul in charge, and Dennis Scott was blocked.
Dennis stepped up in there, and he was there in plenty of time to take the on-charging Luke Longley. After Shaquille O'Neal goes down to double Michael Jordan, Longley does the right thing, and Dennis Scott makes an excellent defensive play of stepping in there and giving up his wide body.
Hardaway handling against Armstrong. Matchup is Jordan with Anderson. Nice look from O'Neal. Horace Grant extends to a 9-4 Magic lead.
Scottie Pippen got caught coming on the baseline side. Shaq saw it all the way. The man that Pippen is guarding, Horace Grant, wide open.
3-point Magic lead. And it's apparent that Michael Jordan is trying to make certain everybody gets a touch, gets an opportunity. He's taken only one shot in this first quarter. Horace Grant getting inside, and it's Orlando 11, Chicago 6. Shot distribution, a major concern of the Bulls. Nice fake by Kukoc, but then he gave it up. Jordan for 3. Grant with the save. Here's Dennis Scott. Well, Dennis Scott making it 6 for 6 from the field for the Magic, who now lead 13-6.
And that's exactly the kind of tempo that the Orlando Magic want to get some running of their own going and some good shots. Take a look at this double team inside on the Shaquille O'Neal, who's going to be posted up inside, and then Scottie Pippen will come in from this point of the floor to double team, and that will open this area wide open as the Bulls don't cover, and Horace Grant sneaking in behind before the Chicago defense can make the proper rotation.
It's the Magic 13, the Bulls 6. You're watching the NBA on NBC.
Hi, we're Boys to Men. We love this game.
Some mountains are over 500 million years old. And while water still covers over 2/3 of them, Jeep covers the rest.
Pulses race and hearts beat fast. It isn't the altitude, it's Aspen. Aspen Cologne for Men.
Financial concerns, medical problems, anxiety about the future. 50 million Americans turn for help to one particular company. A company whose sole purpose has always been to bring them to a different state of mind. Peace of mind, security, protection, optimism, peace of mind. It comes with every piece of the rock.
Because we don't all have the same face, there's the Schick Tracer. Tracer flexes to fit each individual face, leaving your unique face uniquely comfortable. The Schick Tracer. We're changing the face of shaving.
Grandpa Shaq, tell us how basketball used to be.
Well, the basket wasn't always 20 feet tall.
What about 100-yard courts?
Not even close.
What happened?
All sport.
All sport, unsurpassed taste, a third more carbs than Gatorade for energy. This is a body quencher.
After all sport, the game was a breeze. Until they put in the moving basket.
All sport, the game will never be the same.
She's done a heck of a job in supporting me and supporting my family and my brothers and sisters, and she commands a lot of respect and a love for me and for my family, because without her, there's no way I can continue to move forward in life, not just basketball, but in life in general. So happy Mother's Day, Mom, and I love you a whole lot.
Well, Michael Jordan, not speaking with the media these days, sat down with us last week to express his Mother's Day wishes.
And prior to warm-ups, I got a message to Michael that I was unavailable to talk to him. I'm only speaking to Ahmad. He appropriately said, so what?
I can understand that, Matt. You want to remain focused. 13-8. Orlando on top. Jordan taking advantage of the turnover. Orlando hitting its first 6 shots here in the first quarter. Kukoc with a nice move, but rejected by Grant. Kukoc thought he was fouled. Scott eluding Jordan. Kukoc with the steal. Delivers to Armstrong. Protecting against the nicely done by B.J. Armstrong.
This is when the Chicago Bulls play their best basketball, especially Tony Kukoc in the open floor. But with the style that they want to play against the Magic, they are just not going to get that many running opportunities.
Scott for 3. Longley able to get to it. Pippen in the open floor. Has Armstrong with him. And Orlando will get it back.
Actually, Scottie Pippen fakes out B.J. Armstrong on this play. A bounce pass is called for here. This one a little bit too hot to handle, and maybe B.J. took his eye off a little bit, but the little look away by Pippen fooled B.J. Armstrong.
Hardaway using the pick, but changed his mind. It surprised Grant. Here's Pippen all the way. Good run by the Bulls, and they move within 1.
Well, I mentioned that they're not going to get many of those, but when they're handed to them like that, turnovers, long rebounds, they will look to run with those.
6 unanswered by Chicago. They receive a standing ovation as Orlando takes a timeout.
Actually, Scottie Pippen has Michael Jordan ahead. Didn't want to take the chance. Took it and finishes all by himself.
It's coming. To take cold. To take taste. To take smooth. To the extreme. Introducing Bud Ice. Now brewed to go beyond the others. To be an easier drinking ice. Take smooth to the extreme. Bud Ice.
I'm a t-shirt and jeans guy. Never spend a lot on clothes. I meet a girl, she doesn't mind that I'm a t-shirt and jeans guy. We decide to get married. Now I need a tuxedo. I go big time. I don't rent, I buy. I look great. Then I get this call. Not from my best man, not my mom. It's Citibank. They just wanted to make sure someone else wasn't using my card. Imagine a t-shirt and jeans guy finding happiness with a girl, a tuxedo, and a bank all at the same time. Weird.
Thanks to Sprint Business, now the world is flat. Introducing flat rate pricing for small businesses on all your long distance, even for Sprint 800 service. Enhanced fax and cellular long distance. One low flat rate for everything all over the country, so you know just what you're paying.
Now that's simple.
Call now for flat rate pricing. 1-800-827-3700. Call Sprint Business.
Hey, you get into fitness, you're likely to get into athlete's foot, and that could be tough. I mean, look at, you've got all that itching and cracking stuff, and watch this. Boom, even burning. You see that? Now, that's what you call a really tough case. That's when you want a medicine that acts tough. Boom, tough-actin Tinactin. See, Tinactin cures even tough cases of athlete's foot fungus. It's clinically proven. No wonder it's recommended by pharmacists. You got a tough case of athlete's foot? Get this. Boom. Tough-actin Tinactin.
The story behind America's favorite mother and daughter.
You're my partner, you're not my boss. I'm still your mother.
And how they made it to the top. NBC Tonight.
Back in Chicago. Chicago, looking back at Game 3 played here on Friday night, the Chicago Bulls saying it was not the shot distribution that they wanted. You see the percentage of shots taken this series been, for the most part, Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen. And we talked about this problem with Scottie.
Well, I think, you know, looking at the shot selections that I'm taking, the shot selection that Michael taking, we got to be more distributors for the team. Try to get some penetration and find out for guys like Steve and BJ, you know, where they can get some shots and get involved in the offense and also get the ball inside. Basically, I guess looking at the tape and really viewing how we played that game, there were a lot of times that we should have made the extra pass, especially myself.
And that for Michael Jordan was only his third shot of this first quarter, so the Bulls making an effort to distribute the basketball. Magic 13, the Bulls 12. 6 straight points for Chicago. And a tripping foul called on Kukoc. Let's go to Ahmad.
All right, Marv, during that last time out, Phil Jackson telling his team to try to keep Orlando in that half-court game. He doesn't want them to start running. And he also feels like offensively that they're getting into their flow. They also want to keep Orlando to one shot at the basket. Work the boards very hard. All right, Marv?
All right, Ahmad. And an illegal defense has been called. That's the first violation on the Bulls. The Bulls with 4 steals here in the first quarter. The Bulls with 14 shots attempted. Jordan with only 3 of the 14. Shaquille O'Neal had it knocked away. That's steal number 5. Kukoc. And Chicago leads by 1.
Oh, Phil Jackson's telling his team not to get in an up-tempo game, but they can't help it. Their pressure defense is forcing some mishandles by the Magic, and they're getting those good fast break chances.
8-0 run for the Bulls. Shaquille O'Neal with a bad pass, another steal, and a breakaway for Kukoc. The Magic not having big problems getting the ball to Shaquille O'Neal, and they turn it over.
Well, there's no question, Marv. The Chicago Bulls defense, as Brian Hill right now wants to stop the bleeding, stamping his foot, yelling and screaming. The players can't hear him before the crowd. But it's the pressure defense that is forcing these turnovers, and the Magic are somewhat careless with the ball here. As actually Shaquille O'Neal just took his eye off it there, and Scottie Pippen just very quick to the loose ball to get Tony Kukoc in the open floor. And Tony Kukoc is in the middle of everything, in the half court, in the open floor, as Shaq, with an uncharacteristic move there, jumping in the air, nobody to throw to. Tony Kukoc all by his lonesome.
That is 7 turnovers the last 8 possessions by Orlando, and it's been the pressure of the Bulls causing the turnover.
The problem with getting the ball into Shaquille O'Neal, the Bulls are getting the Magic players to pick up their dribble, and then they are guarding the passing lane and making it very difficult.
Just under 5 minutes left in this first quarter. And Longley fouled by Grant. Good look from Armstrong. Luke Longley will go to the line.
A much more purposeful move this time by B.J. Armstrong, coming off the high screen hard, giving himself a passing angle to Luke Longley, who went up strong, but an excellent defensive rotation by Horace Grant, if not to get the block shot, at least stop the dunk.
And Luke Longley firing it too strong. Luke Longley in his 4th season out of New Mexico, acquired from Minnesota last February in the deal for Stacey King. He was a #1 draft pick of the Timberwolves, the 7th selection overall, and played 2.5 years with Minnesota. Armstrong called for his 2nd foul.
The Bulls going to their full court zone trap after a free throw situation. B.J. Armstrong a step slow and disappointed with himself for committing that foul.
And Ron Harper will make an early entrance. He'll come on for B.J. Armstrong. Hardaway on a nice pass from O'Neal. The Bulls 17, the Magic 15. 4.5 to go in this first quarter. Marv Albert, Matt Dukas, and Ahmad Rashad from Chicago. Very impressive jump hook by Luke Longley.
Well, Luke Longley normally was trying to put the ball on the floor, get into the lane, create some contact with Shaquille O'Neal. That has not worked for him in the past. He decided to go with something else.
Hardaway swinging in and put home by O'Neal. Bulls try to catch Orlando on the transition, and they do.
There's the bounce pass that Scottie Pippen probably should have made about 4 or 5 minutes ago, and that was perfect and from long distance.
Bulls 21 and the Magic 17. O'Neal works it back out. Scott with the fake. Rebounded by Kukoc, who has had an outstanding first quarter.
Well, Dennis Scott isn't going to get too many better looks than that. I talked to him before the game. He's not complaining about the shots he's getting. He just can't knock them down.
Beautiful adjustment by B.J. Armstrong to draw the fouls on Hardaway.
The Magic like to start their offense out high by having Shaq handle and normally swing the ball, but a nice backdoor cut by Penny Hardaway. And Luke Longley not coming with his hands up to bother that shot by Hardaway, and nobody big enough or strong enough to get a body on Shaquille O'Neal.
Armstrong at 88% free throw shooter, so that is a rare sight. And now Harper will come on for Jordan. So Michael Jordan, in contrast to what we have seen the previous 3 games where he has been the core of the offense, is just looking to see others get involved, and he sits down scoreless, 0 for 3 from the field.
And Phil, more conscious of Michael maybe getting a little bit tired in the middle of the second quarter and late in the third quarter, trying to change up the substitution rotation on Michael.
That's a kick ball, so a new 24-second clock. Pete Myers will come on in a moment. Now being waved on by Joe Crawford. Crawford with Joe Forte and Ed Middleton handling it on this afternoon. Armstrong hears it from the crowd. Sitting down with 7 points and 3 of 4 from the field. Also collected 3 assists. AJ picked up 2 fouls. So backcourt now of Myers and Harper. Grant backing his way. Having trouble and stripped and fouled.
Scottie Pippen livid on that call, but Joe Crawford over in the slot, foul line extended left, has a good look at this. Harris having some trouble handling it. Scottie Pippen is right there, definitely got a lot of basketball, and just by his reaction, he had a feeling he gets all ball here. I think he also got a piece of the wrist as well. Scottie argued, the crowd reacts, but didn't argue in a way that he really felt it was a horrible call. On the other hand, he has had his problems with Joe Crawford earlier this season and does not want to deal with that at this particular point in the game and the series.
Well, the one-time Chicago Bull Horace Grant, 69% free throw shooter, getting the treatment from the crowd as he knocks down 1 of 2. And it's a 22-18 lead for the Bulls. 3 minutes remaining in this opening quarter. Kukoc to the crossover. Rebound, Pippen. Strip. And it's knocked out of bounds. It will be Chicago ball. Well, apparently when Horace was shooting the free throws, this was shown up above. There are some great fans in Chicago, but I know there are great fans in Orlando putting up quotes on the message board to get the crowd going. That's a new one.
You are never safe with what you say to me. They're always going to come and take it to you.
That's just short of saying, I hate you, Horace Grant. 4-point Chicago lead. Shot clock down to 8. Here's Harper. And handled by Myers. Well, Pete Myers controlling that offensive rebound. Longley. Pippen from downtown. Chicago looking very sharp here to start. They lead 25-18, and this is after Orlando opened up by hitting its first 6 shots.
And I'll tell you what, the catalyst for the Bulls right now is Tony Kukoc with his ball handling and his movement off the ball.
Scottie Pippen for 3. Harper with the rebound. Kukoc for Longley, drawing
defensively. And a typical European Tony Kukoc type no-look pass here to Luke Longley as Shaquille O'Neal giving a little bit of Luke Longley's own medicine there with the hard foul to protect the lay-in. Luke Longley getting a long first quarter look here. Normally he's in foul trouble before this particular point with 1:47 to go in the first quarter.
The Bulls 27-18 over Orlando, despite the fact that the Magic have hit 8 of 12 from the field. Brian Shaw handling against the pressure of Pete Myers, who is an excellent defensive player. Shaw called for a travel. Shaken up. Luke Longley is hurt. Luke Longley in this series against Orlando, very important player because of the big body going up against Shaquille O'Neal.
Well, Brian Shaw out of control on this drive, trying to spin and back his way in. As he goes up, and Luke Longley goes up to attempt to block that shot. I think Luke Longley came down on somebody's foot in this situation to hurt his right leg. Let's watch Luke Longley's the right side of his body there as he hit the back of the heel, I think, of Brian Shaw.
Nice pass again. Setting up Purdue. The Bulls with a 29-18 lead, and they have done it for the most part without Michael Jordan, looking very fluid with the offense. Foul is called. It's a push on Myers.
Well, the strategy has been very clear from the outset of this particular game. Michael Kukoc will take the post at every opportunity on the triangle offense and either try to work himself in towards the basket, which he did earlier in the quarter, or if people start coming to double and help, cut to the basket and he'll find you, as he did there.
Brian Shaw at the free throw line. Shaw played well on Friday night in Game 3, 17 minutes, 4 of 8 from the field, 9 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. Bulls lead by 9. Chicago Bulls have attempted 24 shots. The Orlando Magic only 12. Harper for Purdue. Will Purdue still wearing the face mask, protecting the broken nose suffered earlier in the season. Harper with a hesitation dribble, threw it back out. Pippen rejected and fouled. Foul committed by Brian Shaw. And Luke Longley headed back to the Chicago Bulls locker room. I thought the scene a moment ago that right ankle swollen. We'll get a report in a moment from the dean. Let's go to Ahmad Rashad.
All right, Marv, I just spoke with Chip Schaefer, and Luke Longley did, in fact, twist his ankle. It's an ankle that he doesn't tape, so they're taking him into the locker room right now to tape up that ankle, and he will return. Mark?
All right, Ahmad, a thunderous ovation for Tony Kukoc as he sits down. 8 points, 3 steals, 4 assists. Phil Jackson referred to Tony Kukoc after the game on Friday night, saying he looked like he was a wet dish rag out there most of the night without the kind of energy that's necessary in a game like this. And he has come out all pumped up here.
Well, you will get tired and you will get frustrated when you don't get to handle the ball a lot. And Tony Kukoc is a player who must have the ball in his hand.
Myers going for the steal. Shaw for 3. Shaw and Roby. Chicago ball. 28 seconds remaining. First quarter, and here comes Michael Jordan.
Another thing Phil Jackson was telling us before the game, he wanted to make sure that his team finish the quarter strong. It's a sign of a good team that you play good defense, make the other team take tough shots, and that you take care of business at the offensive end.
Now, is Michael saying to himself, "Yeah, I hope I don't mess these guys up here"?
A little bit.
Bulls lead by 11. 3-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. And Pippen fires. had a terrific first quarter. 12 points for Pippen. Final seconds of the quarter. Hardaway blocked. Standing ovation for the Chicago Bulls. After one, they lead by 14. And Tony Kukoc, the product of Croatia, was the key man. A very impressive stat line for Kukoc. The Bulls 34 and the Magic 20 will be back at the United Center in a moment.
This is really being sharp at the end of quarters. Scottie Pippen really feeling it at the start of this ballgame. Had Horace Grant back a little bit on his heels, able to raise up for that three. And then Pete Myers not giving up anything, up and challenging the shot by Hardaway, getting a piece as the first quarter ends.
Biggest lead of the game, a 14-point margin for the Bulls. 8 turnovers committed by Orlando in the first quarter. Chicago with only 2. Chicago with 6 steals, 3 for Kukoc. Steve Kerr on the floor for the first time, along with Bill Wennington. Michael Jordan remains. So the second quarter gets underway, and Horace Grant looks down the outside shot, and Horace is now 3 of 3. He has 7 points. In the backcourt, Nick Anderson, Anthony Avent, and Horace Grant on front. So Shaquille O'Neal was very quiet in the first quarter, sitting down. Joe Bushler with the rebound. Bushler asked for the screen. Wennington, now played by Grant. Jordan looking for his first points. Bushler for 3.
Not hesitating at that time. As soon as the double team came, giving it up to try to get the ball moving in rotation.
Oh, nice play by Bushler, but Anderson recovers. Hardaway for 3. Grant on the rebound. Orlando shooting just under 60%, yet they trail by 12 points. Anderson off the fake. Avent fouled by Wennington.
Well, both teams defensively really having their problems on the defensive board, as working so hard to get up into people to challenge shots. And then what's happening underneath the basket, everybody kind of standing around, and when that ball bounces or clanks off the rim, it is going to the player or the guy who just wants it more and is quickest to the loose ball. And it's happening at both ends.
Third NBA season out of Seton Hall. He's only a 64% free throw shooter. And here's Shaquille back. Horace Grant departing with 7 points. Story of this first half, Michael Jordan 0 for 3 from the field, not looking for his shots. The Bulls apparently looking to get everyone involved. But Matt, you look back to games 1 and 2 of this series, and Jordan started slowly. Game 1, only 2 of 10 from the field at the start. Game 2 began at 6 of 17.
Well, ever since Michael come back, this is saying the way he would like it. Have his teammates get involved, and he'll be there if they need him.
Steve Kerr, the one-time Orlando Magic, who has played well, able to hit on his first field goal attempt.
You get the feeling the Bulls now have a confidence that they can beat their defender off the dribble, get into the lane, and then create an open jump shot on the wing.
They double up on O'Neal. Shot clock at 6. Hardaway. Hardaway on the follow, and he's fouled. Hardaway to the line. Dennis Scott checking back in. Foul on Wennington, his second. Timeout call with 2:08 gone by in the second. Turns as Sam Malone making a visit to Frazier. 9:52 remaining in this first half. The Bulls 36 and the Magic 24. Orlando got off to the good start. They hit their first 6 shots. Since then, they've converted only 3 of 13 from the field.
Well, foul shooting has been such a big part of this series. You see the field goal shooting there. Now the Orlando Magic 8 for 10. The Bulls 6 for 8. But this is where the Chicago Bulls have been getting in trouble and getting behind. And one reason why they're ahead today, they have not been putting people on the foul line. In particular, Shaquille O'Neal, who has shot none.
And Shaquille has certainly picked up his free throw shooting, as has the entire Orlando squad. Reach-in foul is called on Ryan Shaw.
You can also see a conscious effort of people like Scottie Pippen, Michael Jordan, and Kukoc to put the ball on the floor, challenge the defender, and try to drive into a seam. And the Bulls have not been doing that much in this series. Take advantage of the hand check rule.
Jordan. And Michael is 0 for 4. Anthony Bowie has come on for the first time. Avent up front, along with O'Neal and Bowie, Scott, and Shaw. And a foul is called. On Wennington, that's a quick 3 on Wennington. And Will Perdue will check back in. In the first quarter, Luke Longley, who had played well, was forced out because of an ankle problem. Wennington now has 3 fouls. Shaquille O'Neal, by virtue of that foul, to the line for the first time. And in the series, he is 34 for 47, which means he is on fire. He is over 70% at the line in this second-round series against Chicago.
And you can see the confident look in his eye right now. He is not necessarily concerned about going there. He wants to get up there because he's feeling much better about his shot. And naturally, when you say that, that's when they miss.
36-27, Chicago. Bushler trying to set the pick. Illegal defense against the Magic.
Shaquille O'Neal, his man was up above the top of the circle, and Shaq just kind of lingering below the foul line and getting caught.
Kukoc from Michael Jordan goes to the post up, and Jordan is 0 for 5. Michael Jordan still not comfortable with the rims here at the United Center. Kukoc lost it, recovered by Bushler with the opening. Rebound Jordan, and he's fouled. Michael for the line, foul by Avent.
Well, Michael Jordan in the low post knows he can always escape with that quick drop step move to the baseline, but just rushing the shot just a little bit on this second chance opportunity. Nobody about to give Michael Jordan any kind of dunks in traffic. That was not even going to be a dunk, but that's the one thing you want to do with Michael Jordan, not letting him start dunking the ball, get himself going, and get this crowd here at the United Center going.
So Michael Jordan with his first 2 points. And the Bulls now lead 38-27. 8.5 remaining in this first half. Well, earlier today, Phoenix over Houston 114-110. Bowie not able to hit. O'Neal. Good play by Perdue to sweep down the rebound. And San Antonio up 3 games to nothing. David Robinson, 26 points, 22 rebounds. Dennis Rodman did not play. Coach's decision. Bob Hill upset with Rodman's theatrics from game number 2. Dennis Scott with 4 points. Not like the attitude, particularly during timeouts, and Dennis Rodman sat it out today. So San Antonio up 3 games to 1 in that series, and the Suns up 3-1. Perdue, yes, and it counts.
it's just so amazing to see with Tony Kukoc being so aggressive. He is thinking drive every time he gets the ball. The Magic aware of that, and they came out, 2 players, to make sure that he did not get any dribble penetration, and that left Will Perdue all alone on the baseline as Tony Kukoc continues to play outstanding basketball.
Will Perdue to the free throw line. Doug Bushler sitting down. Scottie Pippen is back.
The Magic have to start looking to get the ball inside to Shaquille O'Neal, come down and crisply get into their set offense. Ball movements, get some screen across, some back picks to get Shaq on the move.
Bowie played by Kerr. Shot clock is at 4. Good job by Kukoc. Here's Scott. Shaw with the rebound. Brian Shaw with his first field goal. The Bulls lead by 9. During the season series in the regular season, Orlando took 3 of 4 from Chicago. Michael Jordan getting a friendly roll. And these have not been friendly rims for Michael at the new United Center. That's his first field goal. Horace Grant has had the touch. 4 of 4 from the field. He has 9 points. The Bulls lead 43-34.
Both teams are really doing a good job of when the ball goes inside, throwing it back out, repositioning to get post-up position. Michael Jordan threw this ball out first, backed in a little bit more on Brian Shaw as he has been struggling from the field, but gets the friendly roll there.
6:16 left in the half. You're watching the NBA on NBC.
I was sitting there with Rhonda playing the Monopoly game at McDonald's. It's easy when you buy large or medium drinks, supersized fries, or hash browns. Just pull off the tab and check out the back. Can't you see yourself winning instant prizes like delicious food, a Jeep Cherokee, $1 million, and you can win instantly? Or collect a Monopoly to win, and guess what? Girl, I won! Mickey D's in the house!
Play the Monopoly game at McDonald's, because with over 50 million prizes, the next winner could be you.
Have you had your break today?
Today's cars and trucks are more advanced than ever, but there is a price. Their harder working engines can wreak havoc on the motor oil, breaking it down almost immediately. That's why Castrol GTX provides maximum protection against viscosity and thermal breakdown. So use Castrol, or your harder working engine could make things hard on you. Castrol GTX, engineered for greater protection against breakdown. Buy a case of Castrol GTX or Syntec and get an officially licensed NBA ball.
When I come to an NBA game, I get more than I could ever ask for. I get to see the grace and beauty of remarkable athletes performing on a stage like no other. I get to feel the camaraderie and power of being one of 20,000 chanting fans. I get to fulfill a dream of being part of history as it unfolds. But most of all, I get great seats. Honey, I love this game. Now the game's going. Get out of my way now.
NBC Monday. It's the Fresh Prince wedding, 5 years in the making.
I do.
It's the Fresh Prince wedding, season finale, NBC Monday.
Anthony Hardaway earlier this week. The announcement that he has made first-team NBA, and this only his second season in his second year at Memphis State. He feels he has come a long way since that first-round series against the Boston Celtics. We talked about that with Penny.
Well, I think I've gotten better since the Boston series, in the playoffs, but I can definitely get a lot better. Right now, I'm satisfied with my defensive game. I probably can pick it up in a couple more areas, but as far as helping out on Michael, but as far as defensively, I'm satisfied. But offensively, I have to continue to get more aggressive, every game and try to put pressure on their guards.
Well, the biggest area the Magic coaching staff had with Anthony is his defense, and he came up big in Game 3 against Boston with an outstanding block shot on Dominique Wilkins. And since then, his concentration at the defensive end has been much, much better.
Foul called on Scottie Pippen, his second. 6 minutes remaining. First half here in Chicago, and the Bulls lead by 9. Hardaway handling against Kerr. Scott saw the free path and took advantage.
Now, time and time again, the Magic are looking to run set offense for Dennis Scott to try to get him going, and not going into Shaq right now. A little surprise.
Jordan, this time not getting the hop. And Michael Jordan is 1 for 7. Dennis Scott for 3. Kerr to the ball. Bulls trying to push it down here now. Pippen changed his mind. Purdue rejected by Grant. And last touch by Purdue.
Well, what a defensive play by Horace Grant. Shaquille O'Neal slow getting back in transition. Will Purdue a little bit leery of running, but he did. But Horace Grant saw that coming all the way, and you really like it if you're Shaquille O'Neal when your power forward picks you up like that.
Magic assistant coach Richie Adubato saying the other day that Horace Grant is the best defensive player he's ever been around. Ball against the Magic. It's on Shaquille O'Neal. That is his second.
Well, Shaq has not gotten many catches inside. He's going to take advantage of this one before a double team can get there. He saw Michael coming. He knew he had to create space for himself, so he just whacked Will Purdue out of there.
Richie Adubato saying that Michael Jordan hits on his second field goal. He has 6 points. Horace Grant is just so fundamentally sound, and he can change games, as the Bulls are well aware.
He does not make very many fundamental mistakes at the defensive end. So aware of help defense. That's many years of being such a good defensive team.
Grant not able to hit on the follow. Jordan able to chase the outlet down. Here's Michael, fouled by Scott.
Well, Michael Jordan on a hard cut through the lane knew that Shaquille O'Neal was somewhere in the area, not taking any chances here as he tomahawks that before Shaquille O'Neal can get his hand up. Here he is moving without the ball once again, and Michael knew that anything soft wasn't going to get it done.
Bulls lead 45-36. 4:20 remaining in the first half. Jordan rejected by Grant. So Horace coming over to help out.
I remember talking last Sunday about you could take a tape of all the good defensive plays by Horace Grant and make a textbook type of situation out of it. Here's another help defensive play by Horace.
Purdue. Well, Purdue getting the shot up over Shaquille O'Neal, who has been quiet in this first half. 47-36, Chicago. Shaquille won't count.
A little frustration now on the part of Shaquille O'Neal as he's been unable to get much going offensively, catching and moving very quickly. No way Will Purdue could hold his ground, but Shaq really quick with the steps there and did walk.
10th turnover committed by the Magic. The Bulls with only 2. Purdue. And Grant with the rebound, fouled by Kukoc.
It's been obvious that Phil Jackson and the Chicago Bulls have told their 3 centers, Luke Longley, Will Purdue, Bill Wennington, anytime they catch the ball up at that elbow area, to look for their jump shot because Shaquille O'Neal is staying back in the lane trying to clog things up, and one way to get him out there is to knock a couple of jump shots down.
So Horace Grant to the line. 1 of 2 at the foul line. 9 points, 5 rebounds, 3 blocked shots in this first half. Orlando assistant Richie Adubato, who I mentioned, had the glowing reports on the defensive prowess of Horace Grant. Also making the point that he is the best at helping out defending the pick and roll.
And he is very good. And Scottie Pippen said after game 2, and of course that's very early in the series, but he said Horace Grant is the most valuable player in this series so far.
Pippen for 3. Yes. Scottie Pippen. his third from downtown. 3 of 4 from three-point land. Another Orlando turnover. We're coming up on 3 minutes to go in the first half. The Bulls lead by 12. They've led by as many as 14. Armstrong for 3. O'Neal had it knocked away, and Purdue was fouled by O'Neal.
Well, Scottie Pippen feeling it from the perimeter, just able to get away from Shaquille O'Neal. Sets himself up for this three-point shot. Michael Jordan a little bit frustrated right now when he gets double-teamed that Will Perdue doesn't make a cut, but he keeps this ball alive to set up Will Perdue to get hammered by, I believe, Shaquille O'Neal.
Now the foul being charged to Anthony Hardaway, who is also involved, so it's not on O'Neal. 2 apiece on O'Neal and Hardaway. Tony Kukoc sitting down. And Ron Harper, who's getting some time here in the first half, makes his return.
I'm sure Anthony Hardaway was somewhere in the area, but just the way that Will Perdue's body got jerked back and had to be hit by something big and strong.
51-38. Chicago with a 13-point lead. The Bulls hoping to tie the series at 2. Orlando looking to go up 3 games to 1. Beautiful backdoor pass from Hardaway. Anderson took a shot of the head. He thought he was fouled. And Jordan finished it. Nick Anderson is very upset. Nick Anderson in a conversation with Joe Forte. He thought he was fouled on that last pass along the baseline. Grant trying to hit Anderson. And that is turnover number 12 by Orlando. 2:20 to go in this first half.
You're watching the NBA playoffs on NBC.
在女將高當地咩嘅？
cha mẹ我改 computer， 一出了毛病。
你檢查過 confidence 登話嘛？
我拍過幾樣電話，也是無效啊。
你知無？我推過 IBM 嘅資料，他們領導電話裡幫你查出唔對，就將毛病xử理好啊。
真好啊，打電話對啊。
With the power of 210 horses and the traction of all-wheel drive, it'll turn more than heads. The all-new 1995 Eclipse from Mitsubishi. The new thinking in automobiles.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today. This is dull. Doesn't have to be.
And now the starting lineup. That groom from Texas, Billy Clyde Humphrey. And at bride, a 5'6" debutante from Alabama, Nell Peterson. The Humphrey wedding brought to you by Miller Lite. When you've got the great taste of an ice cold Miller Lite, life is good. The vows are up.
I do.
I do.
And they're good. Whoa, Nelly!
That was beautiful, man.
You know, the apartment itself is it's a small apartment. I'm not sitting here acting like it's a big apartment by any means. So, you know, it's small. And I pay way too much rent for it. But I like the view.
Run by Chicago, and they have their biggest lead of the game, a 15-point margin. The Orlando Magic, who struggled on the road at the end of the season, have been able to turn it around recently, and they're actually going for their 4th straight road victory. They have never done that in their short history. They ended the regular season losing 7 straight on the road, 16 of the last 20, but they're trailing here by 15 points. Jordan lost control. The steal by Harper. Ron Harper off the steal. 55-38 Chicago.
Well, when Phil Jackson would put up a blueprint for how he wants the Chicago Bulls to play. He's just going to take a tape of this first half so far and show it to his team.
Hardaway did not use the pick and then fires the three. Anthony Hardaway with 12 points, and that is his first from downtown. 55-41. Bulls. Minute and a half left in the first half. Pippen. Oh, he's clobbered by O'Neal. And that is number 3 on Shaquille.
Even when things go awry for the Bulls with that missed shot by Michael Jordan, the Bulls very active with their hands, get away with a pick there on Horace Grant to get the second chance opportunity for Ron Harper. Scottie Pippen and Kukoc and Jordan, every chance they get, every time they find a seam, they are going to challenge the middle of the Orlando Magic defense, and they don't care if Shaquille O'Neal is there or what. If he picks them up, they're either going to try to ram into him or find an open man along the baseline.
Shaquille O'Neal sitting down. Shaquille with just 5 points, 2 out of 4 from the field, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. Will Perdue did a nice job with Mark. Corey Blunt checking in for the first time. Blunt, second-year player out of the University of Cincinnati. Pressure by Chicago off the inbounds. Bulls lead by 16 points. Anderson put the brakes on. Crowd wanted to travel. Here's Scott for 3. Dennis Scott knocking down the three-pointer. So for Scott, 10 points, and that's his second three-pointer. Dennis Scott in the starting lineup these days. Donald Royal still bothered by the left ankle problem. Jordan is able to do it off the spin.
Oh, Shaquille O'Neal going to the bench. Michael realized he knew if he could just get a half a step, nobody in there to block his shot.
10 points for Jordan on 4 of 12. Harper guarding Scott. Here's Scott. Avett on the follow. It will count, and the foul.
Michael Jordan now taking that low post position with Tony Kukoc on the bench. The quick spin as he shakes loose from Nick Anderson, and Horace Grant nor Anthony Avett tight enough, able to get up quickly enough to bother that shot by Michael Jordan, who looks very quick with his feet today. Outside shot doesn't look particularly good, so Michael's going to try to get to the basket as much as possible.
Foul by Harper, putting Avett at the line, and a three-point play for Anthony Avett. He now has 5 for the day. 59-47. The Bulls lead by 12. Pippen for 3. Harper to the board. Ron Harper's done a job. Jordan not trying to line drive it. Hardaway try to save it. He's out of bounds.
And that caused by the pressure by Michael Jordan as Horace Grant felt a little bit in jeopardy there, handling the ball, wanted to get rid of it quickly to Anthony Hardaway to possibly start a fast break, and in his haste threw it out of bounds.
14th turnover committed by Orlando. Chicago with only 2.
The Bulls so active defensively, putting pressure on at all times, and that forced that earned pass by Horace Grant. And something you don't see very many times in a playoff game, at least in the first half of a game. All 12 players for the Chicago Bulls have played and have made some kind of a contribution.
A lot of shuffling by both coaches. Bulls looking to work the clock down. 15 seconds to go in the first half. A 2-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. Pippen trying to lead to Jordan. Kerr took it away from Bowie, but a foul is called. With 2 7/10 seconds remaining in this first half, the foul called on Kerr.
Steve Kerr very upset with this call as he did not want to commit a foul. We're talking about being sharp at the end of quarters here. This loose ball as both Anthony Bowie and Steve Kerr going for it. And I think referee Eddie Middleton felt that what kept Bowie from getting the ball had to be Steve Kerr pulling on his arm. But you could tell by Steve Kerr's reaction that he did not touch it.
High-point men of the first half. Scottie Pippen with 17. Horace Grant leading Orlando with 11.
And you want to look for a long pass here from out of bounds to Michael Jordan at the top of the key area with B.J. Armstrong and Kerr coming on the wing.
11-point Chicago lead. Here it is for Jordan. For Kerr. Well, it was executed to perfection. But Kerr knock it down. So, Shaquille O'Neal only 2 of 5, 5 points, 4 rebounds. Michael Jordan just 4 for 13, 10 points for Jordan. But the Bulls lead by 11 at halftime. Stay tuned for Bob and the Prudential halftime report after these words. Welcome back to the United Center in Chicago. The Bulls by 11. They led by as many as 17. And Matt, I would think that Phil Jackson has to be pleased with the shot distribution that he received in that first half.
And in particular with the aggressive defense that got the Bulls out and running, get some fast breaks. But you're right, Marv. The execution in the half court, it's been as good as I've seen Chicago. Everybody getting to touch the ball, everybody getting involved offensively.
Let's check out the Miller Lite halftime statistics. The shooting, the Magic, after hitting their first 6 shots, went cold. They finished 16 of 34, 47%. The Bulls 22 of 51. A lot of shot opportunities, though, for Chicago. Michael Jordan only 4 of 13 from the outside. We have him charted at 1 for 7. So Jordan not able to get going. Turnovers killing Orlando. They committed 14 in the first half. The Bulls with only 3 and a low-key first half for Shaquille O'Neal. Let's go to Ahmad Rashad.
All right, thanks, Marv. I talked to Brian Hill. He said that he thought his team lost their composure in the first half. Also, he felt like they didn't really come out as aggressive as the Chicago Bulls. They've got to match that effort in the second half. Now, in terms of Luke Longley, I also talked with Luke Longley. He came out and tried to run around and try to run on that ankle, but he could not run. He is back in the training room getting treatment, and he will not return today. Marv?
All right, Ahmad. Luke Longley going down in the first quarter. Late in the quarter, he played well, hurt the ankle. And as this third quarter gets underway, the call against Tony Kukoc.
I get a feeling, Marv, that Brian Hill told his team at halftime that there's no way the Bulls can keep up this kind of intensity defensively. And let's face it, in the last 3 games, at various times, the Bulls tired in the second half.
The Bulls did not have a good third quarter in the game they lost here on Friday night. Dennis Scott with the opening. Tony Kukoc trying to run out at Scott to block his vision, but Dennis Scott able to hit it from deep. He now has 13 points, 3 of 5 from downtown, and the Bulls with an 8-point advantage. Will Purdue starting at center instead of the injured Luke Longley. Tony Kukoc lost it, and that is a rare turnover committed by Chicago.
Well, the Magic coming back at Chicago with a little aggressive defense of their own in the first half. These were the kind of plays that Tony Kukoc was making, but creating offense for himself or for a teammate.
Shaquille O'Neal. He has not been able to get going. Orlando would also like to see Nick Anderson get on a roll. Michael Jordan. Well, maybe this basket will bring more success as Jordan is able to hit on his first field goal attempt in the second half. 61-51, Chicago. Horace Grant, 5 of 7 from the floor. He has 13. The Bulls 61, the Magic 53.
Horace feels so comfortable at that top of the key area. That's where he gets most of his open shots due to Shaquille O'Neal getting double teamed.
Pippen and Kukoc up front, Armstrong and Jordan at the guards, and O'Neal with the rejection for Shaquille, his first.
Well, sometimes for Michael, trying to get jump shots in set offense, much more difficult. Here he has the open floor, a little bit of rhythm, able to get up in the air off the power dribble.
Michael Jordan now 2 of 8 from outside. That pass intended for Jordan. He thought he was fouled.
Jordan is always the first option, always a threat right around the basket, but he never really saw that pass coming. You could tell he had his arms down, and by putting the outstretched arms there, a little bit disappointed that Scottie Pippen threw it. And the crowd reacting to that call on Will Purdue as the baseline referee, Joe Crawford, does not have the best angle here. He is behind this play, and what happened was he assumed that Shaquille O'Neal, by the way that that ball slipped out of his hands, he felt that he had to get hacked on the play. If a foul should have been called, it probably should have been called by one of the other 2 officials.
Shaquille O'Neal is 2 for 4 at the foul line. A 7-point Chicago lead. Orlando going to the trap in the backcourt. Jordan for a spinning shot. It was met by O'Neal, and he had to protect the ball. Michael Jordan now 5 for 15. The Bulls have led by as many as 17. Nice look from O'Neal. Horace Grant with 15, and Shaquille O'Neal with his 6th assist, and it leads to a timeout called by the Bulls.
Bill Jackson wanting his timeout, very upset with this double team by Scottie Pippen. Really didn't want him to go on this play. The Bulls were not ready, in particular, Tony Kukoc not able to protect the basket.
It's the Fresh Prince Wedding, NBC Monday.
The new Ford Explorer is the perfect vehicle for life's little ups and downs. With advanced features like automatic control track 4-wheel drive, standard dual airbags, and 4-wheel anti-lock disc brakes. Plus the roomiest interior of any leading compact sport utility. In fact, if you find anything that makes a bigger impression than a new Ford Explorer, run.
So, I suppose you'll be having beach meat up in this room for the limbs next.
Oh, this little fella, I won't have to call a creamy aunt. Sure, having another speaking food. Can a place eat eat? Prince, and that's without going within a punch or the hole in the wall.
Miss Machine, she must have been behind the door and dead.
And with the video capture capability to make it cat back. It's not the right picture. Ask myself and herself down 95 way.
These announcers gotta go.
Right.
Baker steps in. He's batting .206 and making $3 million a year.
Yeah, that's fair. He's checking the sign. What's he saying, Steve?
Good news, I'm having your baby. This game is brought to you by Miller Lite. Expect great things from the great taste of Miller Lite.
Nice work, Steve.
Thank you.
Hi there.
Ooh, suicide squeeze!
Ow, come on! Here's that umpire's home telephone number.
Call tonight.
Keep calling.
Call him later.
The NBA on NBC is brought to you by the new Ford Explorer. Far and away the best Ford Explorer ever. By Gatorade Thirst Quencher, who reminds you that sweat loves company. Life's a sport. Drink it up. And by Nike, who encourages you to participate in the lives of America's youth.
Welcome back to the United Center in Chicago. Marv Albert, Matt Guokas, and Ahmad Rashad. Orlando with an 8-2 run to start the third quarter. Michael Jordan has had his ups and downs in terms of the first and second half. Looks like he has come through with one good half per game, and the Bulls are hoping this is the half because the first half was not.
It looked like the way he came out to start this third quarter that he does want the ball more and is going to look to score it every chance he gets it.
They double up on Jordan. Pippen for three. And rebounded by Grant. It turns out the Bulls were most effective when Jordan was sitting down. But that's something that will not last very long. We would see it from time to time as Neal gets inside. We saw that success by the Bulls during the regular season, but everyone well aware that that would be a limited situation. They would only do it in flashes. We saw that flash in the first half. Pippen will it count? Yes, it does. And the foul. Scottie Pippen receiving the continuation call, so he will go to the line.
Well, Horace Grant on some penetration here, looking to return a favor to Shaquille O'Neal, as Shaq has set him up a number of times. Easy one for Shaquille, and Scottie Pippen on the long continuation as Nick Anderson turning to the official said, hey, I fouled him out at the three-point line, but Scottie Pippen does have the long stride.
Scottie Pippen had the outstanding first half, 17 in the first half. Bulls now lead by 5. 8:40 remaining. Third quarter. Nick Anderson has intended for Shaquille O'Neal. Michael Jordan with the steal. Jordan. Yes. Beautiful exchange between Jordan and Kukoc. The Bulls lead by 6.
Set up by the steal by Michael Jordan, who has had Nick Anderson measured a couple of times on that entry pass to the post. Michael Jordan had to use a body English to get that one to go down.
Here's Scott. Rebounded by Purdue. Kukoc for three. Jordan trying to back tap and run down by Anderson. Remember, it was Nick Anderson who made the comment concerning Michael Jordan, saying that number 45 was not quite like number 23, although Nick tried to pull away from it. Today I saw a conversation with Ahmad Rashad on Showtime. Here's Scott. And it's a 24-second violation. Michael and Nick actually have had a very good relationship over the years. Nick Anderson, a native of Chicago, so they have spent time with each other. But I wouldn't doubt that Michael might try to use it as a motivating factor.
Well, he's obviously using anything he can to get himself going, including the sneaker changes and the number changes, and he'll take whatever another player says to get himself going.
But he turned it over, the steal by Grant, and at the other end, it's Grant putting it home. Bulls lead by 5. Horace Grant with another terrific performance. 17 points, 10 rebounds for Horace. Pippen. These are not good shots the last couple of times down by the Bulls.
No, they're not. Tony Kukoc took one earlier as the Bulls really stagnant with their offense, and when that happens and they're not making enough happen defensively, this is how they look, and they're letting the Magic back into this ballgame.
Last touch by Chicago. Orlando with 16 on the shot clock. O'Neal with Scott and Grant up front. Anderson to Hardaway at the guard. Scott off the dribble. It counts. And the foul. Crowd looking for an offensive foul. They wanted a charge, but it goes the other way. It's called on Jordan.
Tony Kukoc trying to apply pressure, gets beat off the dribble by Dennis Scott, and Michael Jordan stepping up. He was high enough to take that charge, but referee Eddie Middleton rules that Michael Jordan hits the right arm of Dennis Scott on the release of that shot.
The first foul on Jordan. Armstrong racing down. Going glass. P.J. Armstrong with 9 points. The Bulls 67. The Magic 62. Orlando opened the game by hitting their first 6 shots. Got off to the good start. Chicago then took control. Strong run by the Bulls, led by as many as 17. And the Magic chipping away. They have it down to 5. Jordan on the loose ball. Pops it down to Pippen. Armstrong dishes off to Purdue. And back comes Hardaway. Jordan defending. Hardaway spinning. And tiptoe. Horace Grant again.
Couple of good defensive plays there, one by Michael Jordan to make Hardaway miss that shot, and Scottie Pippen trying to body out Horace Grant, and Horace just made a better play.
So the Chicago lead is down to 3. Jordan. Hardaway has Anderson with him. 3-on-2. Scott for 3. Yes. And the game is tied at 67. Dennis Scott catching fire. He is 18. He is 4 from downtown. 4 of 7 from three-point land. 5 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Pippen had to go outside to Kukoc. Just did beat the 24. Pippen. Here's Kukoc. Purdue plays the deflection and a foul against the Magic.
This fast break opportunity where Penny Hardaway working against Michael Jordan. Michael going for the strip just enough to make Penny Hardaway pull the string a little bit there, as actually Pippen tried to push Grant underneath the basket, and Horace held his ground for the tip-in. And Dennis Scott on fast break situations, 9 times out of 10 will stop beyond that three-point arc to look for the three-point shot. However, Coach Brian Hill would like him to run to the basket more often than that.
Foul was called on Nick Anderson. Now Ron Harper replacing Tony Kukoc. Released with 8 points, 6 assists, 3 steals, all in the first half. Ron Harper getting the playing time today. Played 6 minutes, played well in the first half in the short stint. Bulls lead by 1. 4.5 to go in the third.
Bulls going to their pressure after the free throw situation. That's designed to try to keep the ball out of the hands of O'Neal.
Michael Jordan. Ball 70. The Magic 67. Fourth steal for Jordan, who now has 16 points. Here's the double team. A foul is called. Pippen extending the knee. That's 3 on Pippen.
Well, that backcourt pressure put the Magic in a situation. Nick Anderson uncomfortable as he was being double-teamed and never really had a good look cross-court. Never saw Michael Jordan as he knifed into the passing lane.
Harper looking for the steal, and that puts the Bulls over the limit.
Well, Michael Jordan lurking, saw this one coming all the way as that was the natural passing lane for Nick Anderson. Michael just went right through it and got the steal.
Nick Anderson to the line for the first time. Nick Anderson has not been able to get into it to this point. 1 of 4 from the field.
And after free throw situations, the Magic have been looking to not necessarily trap, but put a little pressure on the backcourt to take the Bulls out of their rhythm. Not doing it here. Normally after free throw situations, they'll look to get Michael Jordan involved somehow.
Bulls lead 70-69. Just under 4 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Chicago hoping to tie the series at 2. Here's Pippen. And he was fouled.
Well, miscommunication on the part of the Bulls at the particular play they want. Actually, Pippen is going to actually fake, or not, he was going to go back door, but he saw Ron Harper pull the string on that pass, and the athlete that Scottie Pippen is able to adjust his running there to get back and save that possession.
Pippen is now 4 of 6 from the line. Grant called for the foul to put Pippen at the free throw line. Grant is second. Bulls now lead 71-69. Armstrong applying pressure all the way on Hardaway. The Magic hoping to return to Orlando with a 3-1 lead on this best of 7. Down 1 and up and down. Anderson couldn't hit the reverse. Here comes Harper.
Nobody coming to meet the ball. Ron Harper in a little bit of trouble.
Shot clock at 9 as Armstrong hits the three. B.J. Armstrong has had the touch. 12 points for B.J. Chicago 74, Orlando 69.
Actually, Orlando's defense has picked it up. They are starting to put more pressure on the ball, get in the passing lane, and B.J. just had to create something on his own.
Double up on O'Neal. And the call against the Bulls. It's on Purdue. That's his second timeout taken by the Magic.
Bulls had nothing going as B.J. Armstrong had to back up on Horace Grant. He knew he had the advantage as B.J. feeling good about his game.
You got the winning color. I got a 1985 Saab 900 Turbo. It's got 147,000 miles. I've had it for 9.5 years. I've done its maintenance. I use Pennzoil every 3,000 miles religiously.
Now with the revolutionary Penn-Star molecule, Pennzoil clings to moving parts, works like liquid ball bearings.
Using Pennzoil every 3,000 miles, it'll keep me right up to par.
Engine problems? Before you try a tune-up, try Gum Out first. The solution could be less than $5.
Michael Jordan. The key to the playoffs is to remain calm.
Shoot! Put it up! Yes!
Sorry, where was I? Oh, yes. Relax. Chanting is helpful. Repeat after me.
Scotty's open! Dish off! Count it! Oh, baby!
You look thirsty. Gatorade? Okay. Just remember, life is a sport. Drink it up.
Ford Contour brings you a world of innovative safety ideas, like the steel safety cell. This solid steel framework, combined with standard dual airbags, assures passengers that when it comes to safety, we've got you surrounded. Ideas like all-speed traction control, available with Contour's anti-lock brakes to help tires grip better at every speed for improved control. How does that grab you? A world of new ideas in a world car for the 21st century. The totally new Ford Contour, well equipped for just $14,670.
Yo, Mars Blackman here, up after a bad dream. I dreamt Money retired.
It's time for me to move away from the game of basketball.
Then he became a baseball player who had trouble with the vicious double-A curveball. My room was filled with Birmingham Barons souvenirs. We did a baseball commercial for Mr. Nike together. Then he returned. Gave my beloved Knicks a double nickel. Can you imagine that? Nah.
A multiple personality patient kills her doctor.
I'm not sure she knows she did it.
How can she be charged with murder?
Just leave her the hell alone.
NBC's Law & Order, all new Wednesday.
Michael Jordan has been tracking a few of Nick Anderson's passes. Knew he wanted to get it into Shaquille O'Neal. Stepped back into the passing lane. Long feed to Tony Kukoc. Kukoc with nothing doing, but sees Michael trailing the play all the way. And Michael Jordan with the jump shot as he has to kick the right leg a little bit to get that one to fall down, as Michael doing it at both ends of the floor.
So the Bulls lead 74-69 with 2:43 to go in the third quarter. And Shaquille O'Neal at the free throw line. He's 2 of 4 at the line. And how about these surprising numbers? Will Purdue, to this point, shows a better stat line than Shaquille O'Neal.
And Shaq has not been active in the post, moving across lane to lane, and really his teammates have not been doing a good enough job of punching the ball inside. True, he will be double-teamed when he gets it, but it creates open shots for his teammates.
As we mentioned earlier, the Bulls changing their philosophy, not at least to this point, not looking to put Shaquille at the line on a consistent basis, not looking to go to the foul situation. And Jordan took a shot. Michael hit him in the face. Foul on O'Neal. That is his fourth.
Michael has been aggressive when he's had the opportunity, daring Shaquille O'Neal to foul him. Both Horace Grant, Brian Shaw will put their hand up on this one, as Shaquille was the first one in there to come across Michael's face and hit him on the arm. And Michael will shake it off. One more look to try to see who it was. Shaquille O'Neal, who just trying to strip that ball, came right down in the front of the face of Michael Jordan.
But did not affect the touch. 3 of 3 at the line now, 17 points. And here's Bill Wennington for Will Purdue. Excellent job by Purdue, 9 points, 3 of 5 from the field, 6 rebounds.
Free throw shooting has been such a big part of the series. The Orlando Magic with the lion's share of them, averaging 38 foul shots a game. They're still shooting a lot of this one, but the difference is the Chicago Bulls are getting to the line as well.
Bulls lead 76-70. 2:15 remaining in the third. Dennis Scott now guarded by Michael Jordan. Scott going down. Hardaway checking the clock. Has to force it. 24-second violation. The Magic looking for a goaltend.
24-second shot clock violation. Chicago ball.
Bill Wennington is going to be very close here. up trying to rebound this ball up around the rim. Bill Wennington's right hand as that ball was below the rim, and it was a 24-second violation. Scottie Pippen not really thinking defensively there right now as Dennis Scott shoot everybody away. He wanted to take Michael Jordan one-on-one, and Scottie Pippen came over to double team. I'm sure when they see the tape of that, Michael's going to say, you know I don't need any help.
So the 18th turnover committed by Orlando. Chicago with just 6. Armstrong. Rebounded by Grant. 12 rebounds for Horace Grant. Shaw leads Hardaway. Rejected by Wennington, but Hardaway able to put it home. Bulls by 4. And a half left in the third. Illegal defense, the call against the Magic, so that is a technical foul. Anthony Ayton coming on for Shaquille O'Neal after Shaquille committed his 4th. And here's B.J. Armstrong, 1 of 2 at the line.
Brian Shaw and Penny Hardaway in transition run this back door so well, and normally Hardaway will get it down. Terrific block by Bill Wennington, but what Anthony Hardaway does, maybe better than any player in the league, has that quick second hop when he gets his own miss.
And a reach-in is called on Hardaway. That is his 3rd. Anthony Hardaway feeling better these days. I recall right at the end of the regular season, he missed 4 games because of dehydration and the inflammation of the esophagus. Lost 10 pounds. Worked his way back into the lineup, and as he told us, he thinks he's even come on since the series against the Boston Celtics.
A lot of people have questioned the fact that he has not been scoring like he did in the regular season, but keep in mind the Magic averaged 110 points a ball game. Led the league in scoring, but in the playoffs the tempo slows way down, and the scores have been in the high 90s, so everybody's scoring is going to be down.
Michael Jordan, hearing it from the crowd, he sits down. They get a rest. Judge Bushler is back. Michael with 18 points, 8 coming in the third. Good third quarter for Jordan, who is now 7 of 18 from the field. The Bulls by 6 as we approach 1 minute left in the third. Amen. Boston.
Once again, the pressure defense of Chicago getting the Magic players to leave their feet and really have no idea what they're going to do with the ball, and many times it's been a turnover.
Armstrong and a Hopper in the backcourt. Wennington with Bushler and Pippen up front, and Joey Crawford has the call against the Magic. Don Shaw is 3rd. Orlando over the limit, so Armstrong back to the free throw line. BJ 4 of 6 from the line. He now has 15 points.
Well, Phil Jackson has been imploring BJ to get involved in the game, and to do that, he's got to do things defensively first. Make sure he puts on the pressure, get involved in the running game, and then those three-point shots will come and some penetrations to the basket. This is normally when the Magic, with Shaquille O'Neal out of the game, they will look to post up Penny Hardaway.
Scott. That was a 3-point attempt, rebounded by Harper. And Pippen comes across in deliberate fashion. Pass broken up by Hardaway on the recovery. Wennington, he lost it. And Orlando will hold for a final shot for the quarter.
Of frustration on Phil Jackson's face. That's the kind of possession he did not want. That was a 2-for-1 situation, and the Bulls did not execute it very well, not getting any kind of shot at the hoop.
Final seconds of the third. Hardaway checking the clock. Hardaway. So that is the end of the third quarter. B.J. Armstrong with 9 of the 16 here in the the third. A 13-5 run by the Bulls to end the quarter after the Magic had tied the game. The Bulls 80, the Magic 72. We'll be back after a word from your local station. Well, Luke Longley may be hurting with a sore ankle, but his mom on Mom's Day is handling the camera. Nice job by Sue Hanson-Smith, who incidentally reports that son Luke is bothered by a badly sprained ankle. So Luke's mom doing a little sideline reporting for us also from Melbourne, Australia. Luke played well in the first half and then went down with the ankle, but Will Perdue has done an excellent job.
But the Chicago Bulls feel they need all three centers and all 18 of their fouls as this series moves on.
Bill Weddington, the third center who has seen action today, not able to hit from the corner as this fourth quarter gets underway. Donald Royal is bothered by a swollen ankle on the floor for the first time. Royal usually in the starting lineup. Brian Hill's been going with Dennis Scott, and that pass ends up in the backcourt, and it is a turnover.
Well, Donald Royal just used to be very comfortable coming off the bench at any time in the game. You can see there just not mentally ready, not mentally into it, as he looks very confused right now. This all may change for Phil Jackson's strategy with the centers right now. They're not going to be able to just hack away at Shaquille O'Neal with just two of them.
Shaquille on the floor, playing with the four fouls. Weddington, rebounded by Royal.
Bill Weddington did not look good on that shot. Normally a comfortable jump shooter because he has so much room. His centers don't come out. He rushed that one.
And for Weddington, his first two shots of the game. Kukoc guarding Scott. Shaw eluding Bushler. Ryan Shaw, and rebounded by Bushler. 8-point Chicago lead with a minute 20 gone by in the fourth. Bushler draws the foul. Well, tonight, following Orlando and Chicago, a special edition of Wings and Frazier. And Ted Danson returning as Sam Malone, making a visit to Frazier. We're told that character Sam Malone has not changed his jersey number back.
If you remember, Marv, he was a relief pitcher with the Boston Red Sox as Sam Malone.
Have you been researching this, taking this a bit too seriously?
Only watched about 1,000 Cheers shows over the years.
Bulls lead 81-72. Nick Anderson getting set to return. Here's Shaw with a bad shot and not able to hit on the putback. And off the scramble, Ed Middleton blowing the whistle, sorting it out, and calling a foul on the Bulls.
This is going to go on Steve Kerr, who once again is absolutely baffled with Eddie Middleton, as the last one was a phantom foul. Steve Kerr just ran into Penny Hardaway, who knocked the ball loose. Incidental contact, if that is. Steve Kerr cannot figure out what Eddie Middleton is seeing in this ballgame.
The Bulls conclude matters in the third with a 13-5 run, and they lead by 9 points. Orlando's missed its last 5 shots. O'Neal comes back the other way from Anderson. Nick Anderson just can't find the range.
Well, Shaquille O'Neal with a lot of assists in this ballgame. It seems like every time he puts the ball on the floor in the lane, he is looking to leave his feet and become a passer.
Shaquille with 6 assists. That is a career high. Jordan putting on the floor against Hardaway. Did not have the shot. Bushler. And his pass broken up. 3-on-2 for the Magic. Anderson is fouled.
Shaquille O'Neal waiting for double teams as he cuts across the lane on the catch and really not sure where and when the double teams are going. Put the ball on the floor right away and not even looking at the basket, just leaving his feet trying to dish inside to Donald Royal.
Foul was called on Bushler. We'll be back in a moment.
Miller Genuine Draft presents Genuine Moments.
Well, today we play the numbers game. Did you know that Michael Jordan has worn 3 numbers for the Bulls? That's right. February 14th, 1990, in a game against Orlando, Jordan's number 23 jersey was stolen before the game, so Michael put on number 12. He scored 26 points that game, but the Magic won it 135-129 in overtime. In recognition of this moment, what a genuine draft will donate $1,000 to the Thurgood Marshall Scholarship Fund. And I know you were coaching the Orlando Magic that game. Do you have anything
Don't look at me. I had absolutely nothing to do with it. But I do know some other people.
Yes, just to get into the guy's head. I know the way you are, Mark. 81-73 Bulls. We are early, fourth quarter, 9:40 remaining. Jordan posting up on Shaw. Yes. 20 for Jordan, who has come on in the second half.
That looked a little like the old Michael there with that little quick shake and hit fake to get loose for the open jumper.
Oh, Shaquille O'Neal off a beautiful lead pass. Bill Wennington never saw it coming.
Well, that'll happen when you turn your head. You're trying to body Shaq coming across the lane, and Shaq just stops dead in the lane. And no pressure on the ball. Perfect pass by Hardaway.
Another open shot for Wennington. Well, he missed the previous 2. Usually has a good touch from the baseline. 85-75, Chicago. 3 minutes in, fourth quarter. There's the double team on O'Neal, and he'll go to the line.
Michael Jordan a little more aggressive this time as he comes across the lane as far as posting up, stopping just at the edge of the lane, and that little bit of head fake able to shake loose from Brian Shaw as Shaquille O'Neal behind Bill Wennington, and with no pressure on the ball. That's an easy pass for the 6'8" of Penny Hardaway. Look at Nick Anderson just not getting involved offensively. He's 7 for 18 and 3-pointers in the series, has not taken one in this ballgame. And the way he usually gets them is when Shaquille O'Neal gets double in the post or Hardaway gets double.
Anderson only 1 of 6 from the field, and Shaquille 5 of 8 at the line. Actually, in fourth quarters of this series, done the job over the first 3 games. 7 for 11, 85-77. Bulls by 8. Jordan with the step. And we are now seeing the old number 23, Michael Jordan, turning it in the second half, and is now very much a factor. Not the case earlier. Hardaway. Rebound missed on a tip for a foul against Chicago. And Middleton looking behind him for number 25. Again, it's on Steve Kerr.
Watch the pick and roll situation. Michael Jordan and Bill Wennington involved here, and Shaq doing his job by stepping way out here. But Brian Shaw lets Michael Jordan go this way. No help, and Michael able to get the basket without the big man inside.
There's been so much talk about the matchup between Nick Anderson and Michael Jordan. And earlier this week, Nick's 4-year-old son, Joshua, was feverishly dribbling a ball around the Magic locker room after the game on Wednesday night, the game won by the Bulls in Orlando. And dejected Orlando players finally began to smile and laugh when they looked at what Joshua Anderson was wearing. Jordan's number 45 Bulls jersey. Now will Nick have to buy him a number 23?
He said he's got about 8 of them.
4 minutes gone by in this fourth quarter. Shot clock at 7. Pippen for 3. And Hardaway able to smash it. Open shot for Shaw. Rebound O'Neal. O'Neal. He was blocked by Jordan. And then Jordan went for another rejection called for the foul.
Well, these are the times when the Bulls definitely want to foul Shaquille O'Neal. Anytime he gets an offensive rebound around the basket, they want to hack away, and they are trying there. Didn't get the call on them the first time. Michael Jordan made sure that Shaq didn't dump that one home. Other times, they don't necessarily always want to foul Shaq when he's inside. They want to make him shoot some shots. By that, I mean some little fadeaway jumpers, some jump hooks. But any offensive rebound attempted dump, they're going to hack.
And Shaquille doing the job at the foul line in fourth quarters. This This series 10 of 14 overall in the fourth.
Mom and Grandma, I know I can't be with you today, but I'll be there in spirit. Just wanted to say Happy Mother's Day and I love you.
And a happy Mother's Day from all of us here at NBC Sports. 7:42 to go in this fourth quarter, capping off our triple header coverage. Earlier today, Phoenix over Houston, 114-110, led by Kevin Johnson, who had 43 points on 18 of 24 on the field, also 9 assists. And the Suns lead that series 3-1. San Antonio beating the Lakers 80-71 for a 3-1 lead in that best of 7. Jordan's pass picked off by Hardaway. The Bulls by 7. There's the double team on Shaquille. Shaw for 3. And Steve Kerr comes up with it. Orlando 1 of 8 from the field in the fourth quarter. Brian Shaw not shooting well. Kukoc with the height advantage. Pippen. Scottie Pippen slashing his way. That's what Phil Jackson wants to see. Pippen takes it to the hoop, and the Bulls lead by 9.
Well, this is where we have seen both teams in this series at this particular juncture, this much time left in the fourth quarter, about halfway through, where you get very tentative offensively. That time Scottie Pippen wasn't.
And the offensive philosophy of the Magic has changed in the fourth, getting the ball to Shaquille O'Neal. Shaquille with 17 points after the slow start.
This is what I mean by being tentative. A very unsure sequence for Chicago so far. That'll change it.
Well, Tony Kukoc bailed them out, and the Bulls lead 91-82. And points for Kukoc, along with 8 assists and 3 steals. Shaw guarded by Kerr. Anderson being played by Kukoc. Hardaway for 3. Went over the top of the glass, so the ball goes back to the Bulls.
Scottie Pippen with the shot clock winding down, realizing that the Bulls had nothing going. And this has been open much of the evening with that lane to the basket, nobody coming over. Now, this was not a particularly good sequence for Chicago, but Kukoc able to bail out the Chicago Bulls.
P.J. Armstrong is back, replacing Steve Kerr. Jordan lost it. Another turnover for Michael Jordan, who has had his difficulty in fourth quarters. Michael upset with himself. Had his difficulty handling the ball.
Michael trying to be too forceful with that move and almost squeezed it out of his hand.
And that was a costly turnover. Horace Grant brings the Magic within 7. Orlando only 1 for 9 before that successful jump shot by Grant. 91-84, Chicago. Come up on 5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Kukoc. Shot clock at 7. Weddington again left open. The Bulls 93. The Magic 84.
Another outstanding play by Kukoc. As again, the Bulls are very tentative offensively. Not sure what they want to do. They're running their offense, but they don't know who they really want to go to. And Kukoc made that play for Weddington.
Chicago seeking to tie the series at 2. Orlando trying to go up 3-1. Anderson rejected and fouled. Foul on Weddington.
Bulls had been moving the ball around the perimeter there, and everybody's standing, so Kukoc decided to drive into the seam and get to Weddington. Weddington leaving Shaquille, coming over and getting what he felt was all ball. I think the official felt that he got him with the lower body, and right away, Michael Jordan going to Weddington saying, hey, Phil, we need you. Don't get yourself in trouble here. Will Purdue will check in.
Number 5 on Weddington. Here comes Purdue. So Bill Weddington able to cash in on a couple of jump shots from the baseline. 93-86. The Bulls lead by 7.
This time Phil Jackson calling a definite play out of the triangle offense right now, but the Bulls not really sure of how they want to do it. I saw 2 fingers go up. It's probably for Michael Jordan.
Shot to the spin and then gave it up. 24-second violation.
And again, that will be a team turnover, but it'll be Michael Jordan, really his third turnover in this fourth quarter, trying to make something happen. Good defense by the Orlando Magic, and Michael caught in the air, just had to throw it out to what he felt was an open man.
Orlando in game 3 coming up as the team with the poise. They have the composure. Anderson, Nick Anderson with an enormous shot. A three-pointer to cut it to 4 with 3:57 remaining. In the fourth quarter, the Bulls call for time.
Well, when the Magic had lost the lead the other night in the fourth quarter, were scrambling to come back. It was Nick Anderson who bailed them out and got them back to even at 99. He pulls them closer here.
You're watching NBC, the premier sports television network.
Normally, little Tommy Johnson wouldn't stand a chance against NBA star Grant Hill. But today, he's drinking Sprite.
You're in my world now, Hill.
Okay, so maybe Sprite won't make you a better athlete. But just to be sure, now we'll pit Tommy against sumo wrestler Katashi.
Good luck, kid.
When a puck is flying at you at 90 miles an hour, I can't let hunger get in my way, so I grab a Snickers.
Packed with peanuts, milk, chocolate, and caramel. Nothing stops your hunger like a Snickers.
Excuse me, coming through.
History teaches primordial perspiration shouldn't mess with one's style. Consider this powerful discovery. Right Guard Pure Power Clear Gel. An astoundingly clear gel. Thus, it goes on clear without any flaky white stuff, protecting one powerfully. For when it comes to protection, one shouldn't mess around. Right Guard Clear Gel. Anything less would be uncivilized.
Since your face can't adjust to your razor, the Schick Tracer adjusts to your face. Tracer's the only razor with blades that bend and flex for a clean, close, comfortable shave. Schick, we're changing the face of shaving.
So I'm like flying through this time tunnel. And no, I'm being zapped into another dimension in this galactic transporter. And then the ground opens up. And I'm back at this place called Discovery Zone. And hey, you gotta go there. But when you do, make sure you bring some grown-ups. And they bring their Visa cards. Because at Discovery Zone, they won't let you in without someone big. And they won't let you pay with American Express. Sorry.
Visa, it's everywhere you want to be.
The story behind America's favorite mother and daughter.
You're my partner, you're not my boss. I'm still your mother.
And how they made it to the top.
Yes!
NBC Tonight.
What a reminder following the conclusion of our triple header, special editions of Wings and Frazier here on NBC. 3:45 remaining in the fourth quarter. And the Bulls are up 93-89. Shot clock is down to 7. Jordan with the spin, gives it up. Kukoc. And we get a whistle. Ed Middleton with the foul. He's saying off the ball. It's on Hardaway. Michael Jordan in the second half has hit 5 of 7 from the field. This after a 4 of 13 start. He missed his first 5 shots. And in the jump shot department, Matt, 4 for 11 for Jordan. And he's turned it over a couple of times once again in this fourth quarter. Kukoc not able to hit. O'Neal with the rebound. It's only a 4-point Chicago lead as we come up on 3 minutes remaining in the fourth. Hardaway played by Armstrong. The double team comes. And the steal by Pippen is held by Scott.
Terrific defensive play that time by the Chicago Bulls. Michael Jordan coming down hard to double team Shaquille O'Neal and block his vision. They went right to Nick Anderson. Tony Kukoc got him. So the open man was the diagonal pass to Dennis Scott. And Scottie Pippen just laying in wait. And that's the second time now the Bulls have caught O'Neal trying to make that pass.
shooting foul. Third team foul on Orlando. Chicago over the limit. Jordan with the step, feeding Purdue. Will Purdue with 11 points. The Bulls 95, the Magic 89.
Michael Jordan doesn't feel the jumper going, so he's going to keep taking the ball to the basket to try to make something happen.
O'Neal had nowhere to go, pops it out to Scott. Beautiful touch. That was a catch and shoot by Scott for 2 points.
I've never seen Shaquille O'Neal do this at that much, jumping in the air, trying to make passes.
95-91. Here is Jordan. Rejected. Kukoc on the recovery. Shot clock at 6. Pippen. Grant interfered with that shot. Good play by Horace Grant. So it is Orlando ball down by only 4. 2 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. The double team comes. O'Neal too strong as he tried to go glass. Rebounded by Jordan. And the Bulls hearing it from the crowd. Jordan facing Anderson. Kukoc for 3. Orlando calling for time. Minute and a half remaining in the fourth. The Bulls have a 7-point lead.
Once again, the Bulls very tentative in their half-court offense in these closing minutes of the fourth quarter. But Michael Jordan, when he has the ball, draws all the attention of the defense, which enabled that initial cross-court pass to Purdue, and then the dish to Tony Kukoc, who is feeling very good about it.
It's 1954.
O'Neal. O'Neal working hard, not able to hit. Purdue able to back tap. In an unusual game for Shaquille, who has a career high of 9 assists, but only 17 points. The foul given by Hardaway. That will put Armstrong at the line because Orlando is over the foul limit.
Well, what Chicago is worrying about at the other end of the floor, Shaquille O'Neal can get into a three-point play situation by dunking and getting fouled. So can Penny Hardaway, and they're also very much worried about the three-point threat of Dennis Scott and Nick Anderson. But that was an outstanding defensive play by Will Purdue, who did not foul Shaq, made him shoot the ball, and then able to slap away the rebound.
Ryan Hill calling for time. It's a 20-second timeout taken by Orlando. the Chicago Bulls trying to hold on to tie up the series at 2 apiece. Looking back, game 1, Magic won in 94-91 in Orlando last Sunday. Michael Jordan with the 8 turnovers, 8 of 22 shooting, 19 points. Game 2, Wednesday night in Orlando. The Bulls won it as Jordan bounced back with 38 points, went back to jersey number 23. Came up with a big second half. Game 3 Friday night here in the Windy City. Orlando coming up with the 110-101 victory. Jordan with 40, but only 9 in the second half and had difficulty down the stretch. And Phil Jackson saying that he felt that Michael and several other Bulls, in particular Tony Kukoc, were tired late in the game. Tony Kukoc, one of the Chicago heroes in this one, hit the huge three-point shot a moment ago to open up the lead. The Bulls 102 and the Magic 93. 40 seconds remaining. Orlando with a quick shot. Hardaway fires the 3. Kukoc on it. And no reason for the Bulls to rush matters.
And Phil Jackson obviously pleased that he used a lot of players, kept everybody fresh. Their defense was outstanding, but the sense of urgency was definitely on Chicago's side to try to even up the series. And they came out and played one of the best first halves I'm sure they played all season long, and able to hang on here in the second.
And for the first time in the history of the Orlando Magic, they will be involved in a 5th game of a playoff series.
Well, their goal coming here into Chicago was to recapture the home court advantage, and I think once they got that the other night, they may have mentally relaxed for this one and didn't come with the same kind of fire intensity that it was going to take to beat the Chicago Bulls today.
The Bulls by 11, 15 seconds to go. Kukoc with the steal, but he stepped down. Kukoc, 13 points, 9 assists. Scottie Pippen, 24 points. Michael Jordan with 24, along with 6 rebounds, 4 steals. Horace Grant, the former boy, leading the Magic with 21. Hardaway getting the bounce. That's a 3-pointer for Hardaway. 5 seconds remaining, and the foul called on Anderson. Dennis Scott with 20. Shaquille O'Neal, only 17 points, not in the offense for the most part, particularly in the first half.
I talked with Dennis Scott before the game, asking about how he felt on his shot, and he said that Brian Hill was going to call a lot of set plays for him to try to get him some better shots. Dennis in game 2 was 1 for 9, and Brian Hill inserted him into the starting lineup for game 3. Dennis still didn't get it going, and that seemed to be the focal point of the offense for Orlando, rather than the normal punch inside to Shaquille O'Neal or Penny Hardaway, and that way still Dennis Scott gets good shots.
Jordan 8 for 8 from the line. He now has 26 points. Bulls lead 106-95. Scott Kukoc's got a piece of it, and that is the final score. The series is tied at 2. The Bulls 106 and the Magic 95. And they will head to Orlando with the series even up. Let's go to Ahmad Rashad with Michael Jordan.
All right, thanks, Mark. Michael, you guys got just what you wanted. You wanted to force this into a 3-game series. That's what you got.
Well, we got a 3-game series, and, the guys played extremely well. Tony was a big kid once again. He came in and made a big basket for us down the stretch. You got the best out of 3 games right now, best out of 3 series right now. So we got to come out ready to play in Orlando.
All right, good luck to you. All right, back to you, Marv.
All right, Ahmad, Bulls win by 11. The Bulls and the Magic are tied at 2. Marv Albert, Matt Guokas, Ahmad Rashad saying so long from the United Center. We'll be back in a moment with Bob Costas back in our New York studio.